Hey guys, what's going on? I'm coming to you today with another Armada fleet build, and we're going to try to ask the question, can the quad battery turrets make Konstantine a little bit more desirable? So I'm going to do an Imperial list here, and I've talked a little bit about wanting to do Architans. I'm not going to do a bunch of Architans here because I'm going to try to focus on Konstantine, and the Architans are all small ships, but Architans would be amazing. I do want to work on victories. I'm going to use all at least medium ships, and I'm going to use some Wave 6 stuff. I think the four basic ships, I'm going to use two victories, a Vic 1 and a Vic 2, and I'm going to give each of them quad battery turrets. And so those are going to work differently for each ship. My biggest gunship is going to be the Vic 2. The Vic 1 is going to be basically, if they do get close enough to us, then I can slow them down because I'm going to put an interdictor out there also. But if they want to breeze past, shoot past my defenses, then this guy hopefully will be able to get them at close range. And he's also, for objectives, I'll be having things like firing lanes in there as well. The Vic 2 is going to have a little bit more stuff. We're going to give this guy disposable capacitors because that's just awesome. And we're going to give him gunnery team as well, so we make that one big shot really count. And we'll go with Warlord. Now, Warlord is optional here, and I don't necessarily have to have it. I might end up dropping it because I would like to be first player with this bid, so that I can get these shots before they are able to increase speed or reduce speed, I should say. But either way, this is if you don't mind being second player, I think Warlord is the big initiative bid. So, but all right. So I've got those two ships now. I'm going to add my interdictor, and the interdictor is going to be the interdictor suppression refit because I want two different things. I want grab shift reroute. That's for objective play and just for setting up the board, and then the G8 experimental projector. And I think I'm actually might be over a little bit here, but then we're going to put Konstantine on there. And those are the basic two. And I can swap some of this around. I might swap one of them for the targeting scrambler. I'm not 100% sure on that. Actually, I might do that. That's not a terrible idea. I might swap the G8 for targeting scrambler in case they do get in close. Now, next I want to have a little bit of squadron presence, so I'll put a Quasar Fire 2. Now this gives me my anti-squadron die, that really nice anti-squadron die, so I get some of that. I'm just going to go with basic TIE fighters for right now. Let's add 4. And that puts me a little bit over, so yes, I am going to drop the G8 experimental projector and swap that out for targeting scrambler. And so the idea here is I'm going to be trying to keep them going faster, so I can take advantage of the quad battery turrets, and all my ships are going to go pretty slow. And if I am able to speed them up such that they end up getting in close range, then targeting scrambler will work. I won't actually need to slow them down, so that was kind of a mistake. So this puts me at 399, and 399 is good because this is this is a good comfortable place to be able to just drop Warlord for down to 391, and that's going to almost, at least where I'm at, that's going to guarantee first player. But sometimes 399 might get you first player. You never know. But this is the type of build that wants to basically use objectives, but can also now really destroy some ships thanks to some of the Wave 6 upgrades like disposable capacitors and quad battery turrets. And then here also it's nice, and we're seeing them in two different ways because the Vic 2 is just adding, a tremendous opening shot at long range. The idea here is I'll be able to have 6, 7, 8 dice at long range if I've got my concentrate fire, and then I can even change, maybe a red accuracy to a double hit if I happen to get one of those that I don't need because I've got all my blue dice there as well. And then I can do another shot out of the front arc as well. So that's pretty nice. I don't have anything on the Quasar here, and this is certainly something you can change around if you want to drop Warlord and then add some titles, or maybe add another squadron. there's plenty of room to mess around with this. You could even drop an interdictor if you didn't want to do, like, I really, really, really like grab shift reroute. I think it's the my favorite interdictor upgrade by a long shot, and just because of, like, if I want to play with objectives and control, this gives me such great options for setting up the board. And I just love it, and I don't want to talk about that. But if you didn't want to do that, you could just toss another victory in here, and have more points for squadrons, and be able to have more flexibility with that, and be able to toss a title on the Quasar. So there's definitely some wiggle room in here, but I think the key is having both varieties of victory here. So let's talk a little bit about the objectives, because I am going to do basically, I think the same type of objectives I did last time. I did a Konstantine build, but I think they'll be even more effective here. So station assault, and the idea here is that I can move the stations with the grab shift reroute. So I put them both on top of each other or very close to each other, close to me. And then I just go slow and dare you to come after them, because I've got lots of dice. And if you get into close range, I've got some black dice as well. I don't have ordnance experts on this guy, but hopefully with as with as many double shots from this victory, and I'm going to have a lot of dice. And then if they get in closer, I mean, the interdictor is actually really good damage at medium range, especially because it's not that hard to double arc somebody. I just think, if they come in after that station, after those stations, you'll be able to take them out. So after station assault, we're going to add fire lanes, because we do have a lot of side arcs and front arcs, and we can easily just take all of those control points. We can just put them all close to each other, and then for this one here, we're going to go with salvage run. These would be better if I had lambdas, to be honest with you, but still, salvage run is still very helpful with the interdictor, and it's just a nice way to be able to shift things around and force them to come either around or come right through all the obstacles. So I do like these. They all allow you to kind of go slow, and then that's really the key, is to go speed 1 the whole game, and using Konstantine to actually speed up the other team, all the other ships. You want to speed them, and I mean, unless they're going like speed 4, and then you can potentially speed them. I wouldn't speed them down at all though, unless you really needed to. But yeah, that's basically it. This is using Konstantine to increase the speed of your other enemy ships, just to try to get your maximum impact from the quad battery turrets. And I think this could work. I think this would be a little more effective than my last Konstantine build. The only thing that other build really had going for it was a better squadron presence, but that's easily tweakable. I could drop this to 2 Vic 1s, each with quad battery turret, and that would free up some, like if I were to, this is the build right here, but if I wanted to just drop that and add a Vic 1, I went right past it, didn't I? There it is. All right, there's another Vic 1, and I'll add another quad battery turret. Now that gives me a lot more points for squadrons, so now I can add some lambdas. There we go. Now I've got 2 lambdas. Now I can activate these guys at range, and I can do some objective stuff, or I can drop 2 TIE fighters and an ace or something like that. I got a lot more squadron options now. Quasar still only got squadron value of 4, but I can dial up squadrons on somebody else if I wanted to, or just give them each a token first turn. So there's definitely ways to make it work, but I liked, for the original build though, before I added the second Vic 1, I just liked having 2 different victories running quad battery turrets different ways, because this is giving you your blue die, so you can have a better chance of getting an accuracy with all those black dice, and the other one is just that massive long range onslaught when they first come in for the approach, and that's just going to be gorgeous. So this is the build, guys. Let me know what you think. And, as always, if you haven't already, please subscribe. And if you are not already getting alerts, make sure you hit the little bell to get alerts. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment and let me know what you think. Do you think Konstantine is going to be more usable now than he was before? I would be very interested to hear your take on Konstantine. I mean, he's always been usable for casual games, but do you think this will allow him to start taking some tournaments? Because the points you can get, you can get easily 80 points with the Konstantine kind of control-based build, and 80 points is not terrible. But if you can, but if you go with fairly tankier ships or slow play it, you can do fairly well. But I don't know if it's going to be enough. I think with quad battery turrets, though, it gives you that extra little bit of offense, especially if you're able to double arc or get more than one shot. That's why I like to Vic 2 with gunnery teams. Because you're going to be able to get 2 extra dice out of this, unlike most modifications that only give you 1 extra die, or 1 extra die that you're going to reliably be able to roll. So that's why I think this gives a lot more bite. So I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. There's just a lot in Wave 6 to really help the victories out. And yeah, I'm anxious to hear what you guys think for Konstantine. Does his future look a little bit brighter now? And if so, then who now becomes the worst? Who's the real loser as far as quad battery turrets? Because if I were to guess who the real loser was, I would say it's probably Kraken for the Rebels, because Aaron Kraken, well, I can't show you him here, but Aaron Kraken for the Rebels now, oh, I'm going to speed 3, so you're obstructed. So like the extra die almost negates the benefit that Aaron Kraken gives to a Rebel fleet. So that's kind of funny. So this is like we could call this the Kraken counter, So anyway, that's just a thought. Although it would still, if you only had a single die on your armament, it would still stop that. But that's usually not the case. All right, guys. Well, as always, thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.